Tosh. Kaiman. This video will focus on the wapixana's access to knowledge or wisdom. Auna beaitapan amajad. Auna beaitapan amajad. You don't know the world, is the response invariably received by younger people when they try to give their opinion on topics considered serious, or at the very least, beyond their reach. The phrase aptly summarizes how the wapixana conceive the acquisition of knowledge. Amajad, the world, is a notion that encompasses space and time, lending the phrase a double sense. On one hand, it means someone who has not journeyed through the world enough to know it. On the other, it means someone who has not lived long enough to know it. Visiting places beyond one's home village is an important part of acquiring knowledge. Unmarried men typically travel to other villages in Brazil or Guyana, or to work on the farms and mines scattered throughout the Wapixana territory. They frequently bring back a wife and a knowledge of spectacular cures, as well as an impressive repertoire of narratives learnt at night around bonfires. However, for the wapixana, the access to knowledge and wisdom is primarily associated with time and age. Older people are the ones who have inevitably accumulated knowledge through experience. The association of knowledge with age does not imply that younger people lack repertoires of narratives. On the contrary, prepubescent girls and boys, who almost always remain discreet and silent while older people recount stories of the past, are later able to repeat them or even add their own variations. But while they may know a particular repertoire, young people do not feel authorized to narrate it, since this authority is socially recognized as an attribute of age. Older people, those who know histories, quote unquote, are called kawadpajo, quadpajo, a term that the literate wapixana translate as historians, or in the context of the Catholic Church service, the term is also given to the person who interprets Bible readings. Others, also associating the term with writing, use the metaphor of library of the village to refer to these older people, thereby recognizing them as holders of a specialized knowledge. It is important to note a crucial difference in relation to other Amazonian societies. Knowledge among the wapixana associated with age is an open channel accessible in theory to everyone or anyone, given that aging is an inescapable process that inexorably affects all of us. Conceiving knowledge as a necessary accumulative process, the wapixana deem a full adult capable of being a quedpajo, which does not mean that everyone is. Older people have the potential, but developing it is not always the norm. In sum, the quedpajo is a wise person, and wisdom is an inevitable derivative of life experience. The quedpajo are sometimes called, or jokingly called themselves, remains of Gotuanao, the ancient ones, the leftovers of the ancient ones. Since, as well as being narrators, they also co-participants of the past, of which younger people have no direct memory or experience. For the wapixana, too much knowledge causes premature aging, and for this reason, young people should not try to acquire it, lest they become gray-headed or, in an extreme case, mad. Premature aging and madness are the motives most frequently alleged by young men for not learning non-colloquial discursive practices. As a corollary of old age, knowledge increases as physical strength declines. in particular sexual and reproductive activity. For the wapixana, this is explained by the fact that the acquisition of knowledge linked to the sphere of the soul is an inverse ratio to the reproduction of the body. Among young people, women are more linked to the sphere of the body compared to older people. In the access to knowledge, therefore, the age criterion clearly subsumes that of gender. Old age distances men and women from the body in equal measure, making them more soul than body.